Hello, welcome to this video. So today we have a lot of plant to-dos. So I need to take care of my plants, which is what I do every single day, but then I also have about like 10 to 15 to 20 plants that I need to repot because I am going to be selling at a market in November. I'll talk more about it later. I'll put details up on screen right now just so you can be aware of it. But yeah, I have to get a bunch of plants ready for this market that we're going to sell at. Right now it's about 8 in the morning and I always water my plants outside in the morning because it gets really hot. It's even hot right now, which is why I'm in the shade. So yeah, I have to water my plants in the morning to prepare them for the really hot weather and the sun. Also, Theo and Winnie are out here right now. We started letting Winnie out on the balcony supervised, and she just has so much fun like sniffing around. Today, I just wanted to do a chill video, take you through a day in my life with my plants, and also pot up a bunch of plants, and we can just have a fun chat, hang out. Now let's start watering some of these plants outside. Winnie, stop messing with that. I bought her cat grass, so I'm gonna start growing cat grass for her to chew on and stuff. First, I'm watering my strawberries, and my strawberries, oh, you can't even see me. But yeah, my strawberries, they've been attacked by squirrels. All of my raised beds have been dug up by squirrels, and I don't know what to do about it. I think I might need to get like a netting or some type of wiring to cover the soil so they don't dig in it. And I think that they're just stealing all of my hay, or like my straw top dressing. In this bed we had all of the water spinach, and it does not do well up here. It's just too hot, too dry in this area, and this plant needs like a lot more water than this. So I just kind of let it die off, and I'm thinking of just putting some type of like succulent or cactus or drought tolerant California native in there because it's not a good spot for something that needs a lot of moisture. And then here's my bonsai, and then some of my pachypodiums and porcularia. So a lot of my caudiciforms are here, and they get a little bit of shade in the hot afternoon sun because I have an umbrella here. Get down, don't go up there. The squirrels also got to my blackberries. I thought I'd be free of vermin because I'm growing on the balcony, but yeah, we just have a ton of squirrels up here. I'm so excited for fall. I mean, we're in fall right now, it doesn't feel like it, but when the weather starts dropping, it's gonna be so nice. Fall in California, or I think fall is the best season in California. Fall and spring are really nice. My morning glory is putting out flowers now. Such a pretty plant. It's a California morning glory too. So even adds to the beauty that it's a native plant. So that's pretty much it for the balcony. I water everything, goes by pretty quick. And now we need to go back inside, and Winnie does not follow me back inside. Theo follows me, but Winnie does not, so I have to like pick her up and bring her inside. So where did she go? Oh, she's underneath the planter. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I got her. I love you, Winnie. Okay, let's go. Oh, you're kind of hot, huh? I know it's hot up here. Okay, let's go. So out here in front of the kitchen, we have the native, or the California native garden, and not every plant here is native, but most of them are, and it's doing so well. But there are a ton of these seed pods, and these come from the tree that's above me. And every fall season, this tree creates seed pods like this, and then the parrots eat a bunch of these seeds, and the pods fall on the floor, and there's just a bunch of seed pods. It's just like a sea of seed pods. Even though it does make a mess, it is kind of cool that like every fall this flock of super loud parrots come in the morning, and they just tear up the tree, and they're so loud and they squawk like crazy. But it is cool to have like a seasonality and a place for those parrots to roost and stuff. Also from this garden you can see someone in the kitchen, and here is Chris washing dishes. Chris, hello. Want to say hi to the camera? In the morning, I water some of my plants out here, not all of them, because we do have drip irrigation out here. But I've noticed that some of the plants, I think they aren't getting adequate water, specifically the ferns. So I just give them a little bit of water in the mornings. Here is my Australian tree fern that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And all of the leaves that's grown now, these are all new leaves grown in my care. Also, do you see all these little butterflies flying around everywhere? I don't know what kind of butterfly they are, but they've just been flying around. And it's so cool to see them. I just feel like it's a fairy tale almost, just seeing all these little butterflies. But yeah, I give this a quick soak. And I water some of the trunk because tree ferns can absorb water through their trunks. Wow, so many butterflies. Look at this. It's so pretty. The butterflies are paid actors. I placed these ferns in front of the kitchen because there's a little planter here, and they really took off. This was a fern I had indoors, but it kept dropping a bunch of leaves and making a mess everywhere. So I put it outside, and it actually grows so well here. I feel like ferns really take off outside compared to indoors. You just have to make sure they don't dry out. But this area is pretty much all shaded except for a little bit of dappled light, so I don't actually water this area too often. I just saw this package. I think it might be my quilt that I got. Oh, a spider. Okay. Let's open this. My dish? Oh, my fish dish? I really love how this looks. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys already got so much hair all over this thing. Okay, chill, chill. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, let's go downstairs. Come on, come on. Let's go. Theo, come on. Theo, Winnie, come on. You don't see this side of the kitchen very often or at all. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's actually like L-shaped. So we have a bunch of cabinets here, and then I also have grow lights underneath the cabinet. So these are Soltech Grove lights, and I use them to give light to my plants that need a lot of light but don't have like a good spot to grow. So I'm growing passifloras here. So we are gonna sell some passifloras at the market. So I need to like propagate them and grow more out. And then also now I moved all of my kokedama here. So I'm also gonna make kokedama for the market. So we're gonna have a bunch of kokedama here eventually. But yeah, I need to water these guys. For the market, I'm collaborating with my friend Justin, and he's making these ceramic dishes and I'm making the kokedama. So we're gonna be selling these as a pair together, and I'm making kokedama all with this plant. So this is Sarissa fotida, and yeah, I'm really excited to make a bunch of these and be able to sell them. It's even flowering, look. Look at these cute little pink flowers. The living room always looks nicest when it's fall and winter because that's when the sun actually comes in. In addition to kokedama, I'm also gonna be making plants like this. So these are like habitat style succulent scapes with rocks and then top dressing. And then I'm also gonna be putting them in these Hasami porcelain planters. So yeah, I am gonna make some of those in this video. So I have a ton of Hasami porcelain pots. I honestly have no idea how this market's gonna go. This will be my first time ever selling stuff in person. Yeah, first time ever. So I don't know how many people will be there, if there will be a good turnout in terms of sales. So I'm kind of excited though, since it's my first time. And because it's my first time, I don't really know how many plants to bring, but I am going to bring more than I think will sell because I'd rather not have an empty booth because it's a 2-day event and it goes on from 2 to 10 p.m. I don't know if I will sell out, but just in case I do, I'd rather have more stuff that I can just take back home and keep for myself or sell later or give away to friends or something. I'm gonna unbox some of these and bring them out. First, I'm just gonna start with one of each color and then go from there. So a few days ago, I went out and bought a bunch of different cool succulents to make this habitat style potting arrangement. So the first one that we're gonna do is this Porcularia decarii. People love this plant because it's very tree-like. I'm gonna put it in this natural colored Hisami porcelain pot. I'm pretty excited about this event because it is my first ever in-person market, and it's always been a little bit of my dream to like have my own shop. And this is just an easy way to sell things where I don't have to actually like rent out my own space. I have this top dressing, just a very simple arrangement. Ooh, don't get too much. Here is the first plant. I need to trim off some of these roots, but yeah, first one done. Also, this area of the garden is where I have my potting bench. This is where I usually do my potting stuff. Which plant do I want to do next? I forgot the name of this one, but I'll put it on the screen. It's a rock fig, I believe is what they call it. It's some type of ficus. It's more of a Codex ficus though. I want to put this plant in this Hisami porcelain pot. I think this color is my favorite Hisami porcelain color. Ta-da! Needs to be washed off a bit, as you can see all this dirt on it, but yeah, I really like this combo. Oh, I forgot to mention more about the market. So it's a night market hosted by 88 Rising. This is a mini Pachypodium, by the way. And I don't know too much about 88 Rising, but I know that they are like an Asian music label, and they manage a lot of like Asian artists, Asian music artists, and they're hosting a night market in Los Angeles, and they invited me and Jahao to do it, so we're going to be doing it together because the booth is pretty large and I don't think I have enough plants to fill out an entire booth. I add in a little bit more soil, and then I'm going to add my rock on top. You know, I'm filtering out some fine dust to put on the top because I think it looks nicer than the rocks. And then here's this little Pachypodium. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break because the camera needs to cool down, and I'm gonna do some plants off camera while it cools. I've done 2 more plants since we last chatted, and yeah, I'll just do a roundup at the end and show you all of them that I did instead of taking them out right now. It's gonna look really pretty with all of them together. I'm excited for the market. Oh, and then on top of all of the plants that I'm repotting into pots, I also have all of these Sarissa Fotida that I need to make into kokedama, but I don't think I will be doing that in this video. Oh, we signed another year lease for this house. I mean, we were definitely gonna stay anyway, but yes. Oh, also Winnie. I haven't talked about Winnie in a while. Having a cat is actually going pretty well. Her and Theo get along like just perfectly, so that's been really fun to just have Theo have a friend, and then also have Winnie has a friend too, and they cuddle each other and they lick each other and they play with each other. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome with those two. Chris's dream of having a cat has come true, so we're reaching these milestones. Also, I've been pretty into like doing the home updates videos lately. The home updates have just been so fun for me lately. I also started painting, so I've been doing some painting and whatnot, and that's also been really fun just to like do something new that I haven't really done before. And I think paint is so cool because you can like completely transform a space without adding anything physical in it. I mean, paint I guess is a physical object, but it's like on the walls, you know? Like you can completely transform a space without changing out the furniture. I think is really cool. And oh, I will most likely be going to Vietnam again this year, sometime in spring, just to see my family again because my grandparents are getting old, so my dad wants to visit pretty much every year to see them. Okay, this one is done. Now I need to go water it. I actually really like this plant. Should I keep it for myself You know what? I need to finish doing this before the sun starts hitting me directly because it's going to be really hot here. So I'm going to finish the rest of these off camera and then I'll show you all of them together and it's going to look so nice. And then I'll like talk about each of the plants. Okay, bye. Wish me luck. I finished potting up all of my plants and I brought them upstairs on this window box because they get a lot of really good light here, so they're going to stay here for about a month until they're ready for the market, which is in a month. So that should give them enough time to settle, grow into their pots, put out a little bit of new growth so that way they look ready and presentable for the market. So let's just go through some of the plants. A few of them are duplicates, but yeah, I'd like to just share my creations with you. So first, we could start with these. First up are these two. These are pachypodiums that I made into these habitat style scapes with these rocks that I broke off, and then I used decomposed granite as the top dressing. I love these kinds of stylings because it just makes the plant and the presentation look that much more interesting. And then this is another pachypodium in a habitat style scape as well. This is a larger one, and I was going to put it in a larger pot, but sometimes I think larger plants in small pots looks kind of good. Like it looks like it fills out the pot more. This one, I wasn't watering it enough, so it lost a few of the lower leaves, but I think it'll bounce back in time for the market. Then next, we have two, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I call them Phocia edulis. One in a smaller pot and one in a larger pot. Also did the habitat styling with these ones. Look at that, pretty nice. These are pretty easy to grow plants and they're more vining, as you can see. And then this is the larger one. Next, we have the Dorstenia. I don't remember the species name of this one. I believe it might be a Photida. This is actually one of my favorite ones that I made in this batch. I just think it's very simple, very clean, and I love the colors of the plant as well as the codex with the top dressing and with the gray planter. I think that the gray planter might be my favorite of all the Sami porcelain colors. So next we have two dwarf samurai sansevieria in gray Hasami porcelain pots, and I did the habitat scaping for both of them, but I don't believe these are actually from desert landscapes. However, I still thought they look nice with it. And for the desert landscaping that I do, I like to use plants that stay relatively compact and don't grow out too much. So either codex or small dwarf compact growth plants like the samurai. Next, we have two of these ficus. They're both the same. They're called rock fig. I put one in a larger pot and one in a smaller pot. These are very nice hardy ficus. They need a good amount of light, but they have a nice growth pattern and they branch really easily, and they take on a tree-like look, and their leaves aren't as big as like the Ficus elastica or Ficus lyrata. Here is the bigger one, and then this is my smaller one. I have two Operculicaria dicarii. So this is, the common name is elephant tree, elephant trunk, elephant foot tree, something like that. This one looks better than the other one. It's larger and it complements this pot really well. This plant is very popular in Los Angeles, I think because it has like the minimal bonsai-like look, and people love a nice little tree. I see these a lot in trendy cafes in Los Angeles that are very like Instagram worthy. They have a lot of wood, they have paper lanterns, a lot of nice light. So yeah, these are very popular in Los Angeles, so I'm very confident that these will sell. And then here is the smaller one. I think it would have looked better in a smaller pot, but I don't have any smaller pots left, so I just put it in this larger one. Still cute though. Still cute. Next, I have two Bursera. These guys also just very simple plants. Very minimal. I feel like this would fit in a lot of spaces for people. For all the potted plants I made, I mostly went for codex or succulent type plants because they do better in smaller pots like this long term, and they don't grow as fast and they stay more compact, which I think lends well to a small pot like this in terms of the aesthetic and growth factor of it. And these types of Codex succulent plants, they have more of a unique shape and a unique form that I think makes these plants stand out more than if I were to just sell like pothos or typical houseplants that you see at big box stores. Next up, we got Euphorbia contifolia, and you can't really see it on this plant, but when it gets a lot of light, like direct sun, the new leaves come out red and it's really pretty. This is just actually my own plant in my own collection, but I have 2 of them, so I was like, let me just pot this one up and sell it at the market because I don't need to. Very pretty and a super easy to grow plant, and it grows fairly fast, but it takes really well to being trimmed back. So I was able to get it to branch in all these places by trimming it back. Now it has 4 growth points. So the next plant, I believe it's called something snowbush. I've wanted this plant for a while, like for my own collection, but I never went out and got it for whatever reason. But I wanted something a little bit more bushy with kind of like lighter color foliage to add some lushness to the table display that we'll have at the market. And because I know some people, they want like more bushy plants like this. And I also thought it would pair super well with the gray Hasami porcelain planter. Very cute. I was thinking of thinning it out because there's multiple plants in here, but I actually kind of like that it's bushy. Next up is one of my other favorites that I made. It's also a type of ficus, and it has a Codex base on it, and I created a habitat style scape with this one. So it's really cool because it has roots that are growing like from the Codex. So I stuck some rocks in between the roots. That way it looks like it's been naturally growing here for some time. And yeah, I really like this one. I think this one is going to be a cool one. I think this is a very unique plant, and I'm excited for whoever's going to get it. The next plant is this fan aloe. This is my plant. I've had this for a while now, like 5 months maybe, and I like it, but I don't love it, so I was like, let me just sell this one. It's still really cool though. Like the structure of it is super unique, and it has a very strong silhouette. So I think it would look good in a lot of scenarios in people's homes, and it is a very easy plant to take care of. And it just looks so different, you know, so I think people will be intrigued by that. Okay, it is getting quite hot up here. So yeah, I will be at the market November 2nd through 3rd. Please come through if you're available. It'd be fun to meet you. And there's also going to be other things like food and other vendors. You do have to pay, I think, to enter. It's a ticketed event, but I think they have a lot of stuff to offer. In addition to these plants, I'll also be making kokedama with the source of otita that I showed you. So I have to make about 15 kokedama, but yeah, I hope I have enough stuff to offer. I mean, I want people to buy stuff, but I also don't want to like sell out. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to expect. First market ever. If you're in the area, come through, say hi, we can chat, we can take pictures. You could maybe buy a plant if you want, no pressure though. And yeah, okay, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.